The Supreme Court allowed the appeal in the matter of Suniti Toteja versus State of Uttar Pradesh and quashed the charge sheet, the summoning order, and the consequent steps taken by the trial court. The facts giving rise to this case were that Dr. Manisha Narayan was stated to be an employee of the Bureau of Indian Standards. It was stated in the FIR that during her tenure with the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India in New Delhi, in the capacity of Associate Director, she was sexually harassed on multiple occasions by Dr. S.S. Ghonkrorta, the enforcement director therein. Being aggrieved, she disclosed the same to her mother, who then filed a complaint before the FSSAI for action to be taken under the provisions of Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. An internal complaints committee was constituted to investigate the allegations of the complainant, and inquiry was referred to the ICC on 4 December 2014. The inquiry report of ICC was submitted to the Chief Executive Officer of FSSAI, which found Dr. S.S. Ghonkrokta to be guilty of the offences charged against him, and thereby it was recommended to the authority to register an FIR against him for offences under sections 354, 509, 192, 197, 204, 218, 202, and 120B of the Indian Penal Code, apart from taking appropriate disciplinary action against other officers involved in the misconduct. It was further alleged that the complainant that she was transferred from Delhi to Chennai during the pendency of the proceedings before the tribunal, and when she gave a representation to cancel her transfer, the appellant threatened her by saying that if she does not want to go to Chennai, then she can take a study leave and quit the place, or else she would be harassed. The appellant was also allegedly involved in threatening and pressurizing the complainant to withdraw the case. Supreme Court said that the question before it is whether the sanction was necessary in the present case for prosecution of appellant, or whether the magistrate was correct in taking cognizance against the appellant without there being any sanction. The object and purpose of Section 197 CRPC about prosecution of judges and public servants, reiterated by the Supreme Court in the case of Gurmeet Kaur versus Devendra Gupta, is to protect officers and officials of the state from unjustified criminal prosecution while they discharge their duties within the scope and ambit of the powers entrusted to them. A reading of Section 197 of CRPC would indicate that there is a bar for court to take cognizance of such offences which are mentioned in the said provision, except with the previous sanction of the appropriate government when the allegations are made against inter alia a public servant. There is no doubt that in the instant case the appellant herein was a public servant, but the question is whether, while discharging her duty as public servant on relevant date, there was any excess in discharge of the said duty which did not require the first respondent to take a prior sanction for prosecuting the appellant. In this regard, the salient words which are relevant under subsection 1 of section 197 are is accused of any offence alleged to have been committed by him while acting or purporting to act in the discharge of his official duty. No court shall take cognizance of such offence except with the previous sanction. Therefore, for the purpose of application of 197, a sine qua non is that the public servant is accused of any offence which had been committed by him in discharge of his official duty. The said expression would clearly indicate that Section 197 of CRPC would not apply to a case if a public servant is accused of any offence which is dehors or not connected to the discharge of his or her official duty. It was concluded that learned magistrate had erred in the facts of the said case in taking cognizance against the appellant therein contrary to the mandate of section 197 of the CRPC, and on that short ground alone the appeal was allowed and proceedings challenged in section 482 CRPC were quashed. However, it was observed that the same would not stand in the way of competent authority taking a decision in the matter and or granting sanction for prosecuting the appellant therein in accordance with the law. In another case titled Amrik Singh versus the State of Pepsu, this court explained the scope of section 197 of CRPC as follows: whether sanction is necessary to prosecute a public servant on charge of criminal misappropriation will depend on whether the acts complained of hinge on his duties as a public servant. If they do, then sanction is requisite. But if they are unconnected with such duties, then no sanction is necessary. As per aforementioned proposition, it is only to be seen if the accused public servant was acting in performance of his official duties, and if answer is affirmative, then prior sanction for the prosecution is condition precedent to the cognizance of cases against them by the courts. It is therefore largely a disputed question of fact here and not a question of law. The correctness of allegations with regard to conduct of appellant need not be ascertained here by this court, but the fact that she was acting in her official duty is sufficient to hold that a prior sanction from the department was in fact necessary before the magistrate taking cognizance against her. The magistrate therefore erred in proceedings to take cognizance against the appellant without sanction for prosecution being received from Bureau of Indian Standards, and since BIS has eventually refused to grant sanction for the prosecution of the appellant, the prosecution against the appellant could not have been sustained. Section 197 of CRPC does not envisage a concept of deemed sanction. Court therefore stated that we are of the opinion that the learned magistrate was not right in taking cognizance of the offence against the appellant without there being a sanction for prosecution granted by competent authority. Further, High Court erred in not considering the fact that the sanction for prosecution was not granted by the competent authority under Section 197 of CRPC, and eventually the sanction was expressly denied by the competent authority with respect to allegations against the appellant. The necessary sanction not have been granted has vitiated the very initiation of the criminal proceeding against the appellant.